On May 14, 1948, Israel declared independence. After 2,000 years of exile, pogroms, persecution, and the most horrific crimes committed during the Holocaust, the Jewish people restored sovereignty in their ancient homeland. 11 minutes after Israel's declaration, the United States became the first country to recognize the reborn Jewish state. However, the Arab and Muslim world rejected the UN partition plan, as well as Israel's establishment. The next 3 decades saw repeated attempts to annihilate Israel. But in November 1977, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat courageously chose a new path, leading to the U.S.-brokered peace between Israel and Egypt in 1979. 15 years later, in October of 1994, Israel and Jordan signed a peace treaty, once again under the auspices of the United States. For the next 26 years, despite repeated efforts by U.S. presidents, trying to facilitate peace in the Middle East was elusive. Many argued that it would be impossible to advance peace between Israel and Arab countries unless and until the Palestinians agreed to a final settlement. But on August 13, 2020, President Donald J. Trump defied all expectations and conventional wisdom. President Trump did not continue failed policies of the past that were built on misguided assumptions of the foreign policy establishment. President Trump pursued a new vision that enacted historic decisions in support of Israel, resolutely stood up to Iran and its terror proxies. And he brought together Israel and other countries based on shared foreign policy and economic interest to facilitate historic peace for peace. President Trump brokered a historic call between the leaders of Israel and the United Arab Emirates in which they agreed to full normalization. This was the start of the groundbreaking Abraham Accords. Less than a month later, the Kingdom of Bahrain announced that it would join the Abraham Accords. On September 15, 2020, President Trump hosted the leaders of the UAE, Bahrain, and Israel for an Abraham Accord signing ceremony on the White House lawn.
We're here this afternoon to change the course of history. After decades of division and conflict, we mark the dawn of a new Middle East. Thanks to the great courage of the leaders of these 3 countries, we take a major stride toward a future in which people of all faiths and backgrounds live together in peace and prosperity.
The circle of peace continued to grow. The following month, Sudan announced that it would join the Abraham Accords. And on December 10, 2020, the Kingdom of Morocco announced that it would reestablish diplomatic ties with Israel. In parallel, the United States and later Israel recognized Morocco's sovereignty over its Sahara. Under the leadership of President Trump, Israel established relations with Kosovo as well. Thanks to President Trump, peace agreements between Israel and her neighbors were enacted for the first time in decades. Embassies opened, direct flights were launched, and enormous business deals, joint ventures, investments, and shared initiatives were announced in countless fields, from water and food security to medicine and energy, from AI and space to sports, academia, and interfaith dialogue. Mutually beneficial trade climbed and security cooperation reached new levels. Then on October the 7th, 2023, the Iran-backed terror group Hamas launched the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust, leading to the outbreak of a multi-front war. Many questioned whether the Abraham Accords would hold. It is truly a testament to President Trump's exceptional and morally clear policies that facilitated the Abraham Accords in the first place that today, in September 2025, 5 years after the signing of these historic agreements, the Accords have persevered. With the return of President Trump to the White House, there is now a momentous opportunity to deepen and expand the Abraham Accords. Today, as the United States Ambassador to Israel, I'm honored to work for a president who in just a few months is setting the conditions to facilitate more historic peace agreements. President Trump's policies of peace through strength will continue to advance the United States' vital interest and lasting peace in the Middle East. As the Heritage Foundation celebrates 5th anniversary of these historic agreements, we recommit ourselves to shaping a future of peace, security, and prosperity for all the countries of the region and for all the children of Abraham.